Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. I'm Bettina Madini. I'm your host here on this beautiful day on planet Earth. It's November 2nd and it is cold outside. We had frost, and other than that, the sun is shining and Earth is beautiful as always. So today I would like to talk about how easily do you allow yourself to get distracted from joy? How easily do you allow yourself to get distracted from joy? So if joy is your true being, if joy is actually, I could say, your essence and the energy and space of your being, how easy is it for us to not be that, to go to some other places where there's sadness or a lot of contraction? And you might notice this specifically right now. How much contraction is there in the world? Not only here in the United States, but everywhere. And contraction is not joyful. And when I'm talking about joy, I'm not talking about the tight, contracted version of hysteria or hysterical laughter or under the influence of alcohol or whatever, or other drugs or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm really talking about the joy space. Some of you might wonder how the chickadee is trying to drink and the water is frozen. I have to take care of this later. Huh. Sorry, sweet being. Oh, no, don't come here. I will hug you later. Wow. See that, that space that the animals are, the space that that little chickadee is. Look, it went to the place where it always finds water, right? And now the water is frozen, solid. It could not drink. Is the chickadee now going to sadness? Is the chickadee going to despair? And it's always so amazing how these beings in nature, these nature beings or earth beings, I love to call them, are showing up, and they actually give us a lot of information, like this little bird did right now in the moment that I started talking about it. And we started this Monday morning's inspiration. What do they know about joy? And this is actually really the space that I'm talking about. A chickadee, any other bird, or an eagle, or whatever animal you wanna look at, they don't go to the frantic joy. It is also the space where they don't need any stimulus to artificially create that space of joy. They don't need more money to come into their world. They don't need alcohol to be joyful. They don't need any reason or justification like we do usually. If I have the perfect relationship, I can be happy and joyful. If I have the right house, I can be joyful. If the right candidate wins, I can be joyful. If my football team wins, then I can be joyful and drink a lot of alcohol and then even be more joyful. If I have the right mate, I can be joyful. Things like that are artificial creations. They are not our natural way of being joyful. And when birds sing in spring, is this an indication that they are more joyful than during winter? When it gets cold, and by us here it gets really cold during the winter, do animals go into despair and sadness? There it is again, trying to drink. It is not giving up. Hey, little guy, I'll be out there in a little bit and bring some warm water. Wow. That is also a space where now it goes to the feeder and eats. Okay. Oh, well, I wait for you, it says. I know water is coming. It is also that trusting space that animals have. They are also willing to move. This chickadee would most probably not all day long hang out here and try to drink the frozen water. Eventually, it will move on and go somewhere else, go to the lake, go to the river. There's a lot of water around here. Yet it will never be sad about it. It will not go into, oh my God, what do I do now? The water is frozen. Oh my God, they didn't think of me. Oh my God, I'm the poor little bird. And now what do I do? And it starts crying and hanging its wings, and the head is hanging down slightly, and it will be sobbing. No, it doesn't. And I'm exaggerating here. I really want to paint you the picture in a very colorful way, how it is so easy for us to give up our natural space of joy and choose contraction. And how do we get out of that? Well, for one, there are several things. One great question is, wow, is this even mine? Whose is this? Whose sadness is this? Is this mine? And it might just go away. And these are great access consciousness tools that I'm introducing here. Please use them right now more than ever, okay? And you can find more information at www.accessconsciousness.com. There are fabulous facilitators all over the world. Find somebody by you. And if you need a session, get a session. It's fabulous. Check it out. So anyway, is this even yours? See, there might be people that say, oh yeah, she can talk like that. She can say that she's happy and joyful because she has everything. That's a reason and justification. Each time you say because. You know, I had to make, personally, I had to make 50 million choices to create the space that I have right now. And it's this reason and justification. Oh, yeah, she can, or he can, or whatever you are saying, because blah, blah, blah. Because they live in a warm country, they can be happy. Well, I go to warm countries a lot, and there are a lot of people that are not happy at all. So it has nothing to do with that. You might say, oh, that person can be happy because they have a lot of money. Well, haven't you met people who have a lot of money who are not happy at all? Some are politicians. Are they happy? Really, truly? So it is not about that. When I'm talking about joy, it is a space that we can access, that we must cultivate and nurture and not give up. This reality, this tiny box reality, has set up so many distractions for us. And then also, we learn that we must be sad if we have trouble in the family. We must be sad if we don't get along. We must be really upset when we have a dispute. Is that true? Is that all? That is. These are distractions. They are conclusions. We go to emotions and we give up our joy. So what is it for you where it is so easy for you to get distracted? What if we don't allow ourselves to get distracted? So I mentioned one tool, which is, wow, whose is this even? Is this mine or is it somebody else's? And then another tool is to expand out. right now, those of you who are listening, who are here with me, and those of you who are listening in the future, expand out just like that. When we get distracted from our true joy, we always go into contraction. There's always where we contract. And who are you contracting for? Are you trying to be like everyone else? Is that an entrained behavior that you learned, not even realizing that you are mimicking your family, your parents, whoever you grew up with? Or are you mimicking friends, family, or I don't know, like a TV program where you entrained to how they did things, that, oh, if somebody looks at you crossed, you must get upset, and it's because you saw that on Friends, or I don't know what. It's like it's everywhere. So expand out right now. Expand out wherever there's contraction in your world, which is very easy right now in the current political climate and the economical climate and worldwide, um, this reality climate. Expand out. It's as if you are standing on the top of a mountain and you look around you and you can see really far, and there's fresh air. There's actually space for you to breathe. That type of expand out. And even if you are in the densest city, in the valley, down below, in the deepest point, like a valley, even there you can expand out and have the space of you. And the moment you go to contraction and you find yourself getting distracted from your joy, choose different. So a way to practice that is find where it is very easy for you to have that space of your joy, and you will know what I'm talking about. It's not that I'm saying drink a bottle of alcohol now to get to the space of joy. I said that already. This is not what I'm talking about. Have you ever been in this space where you could just be so happy and dance freely, and everybody was thinking that you were drunk, but you weren't? You were just drinking water. It is actually a space that can go from a very quiet joy to a very ecstatic celebration of living. It's like that whole beautiful space, or spectrum, if you want to call it a spectrum. It's much more than a spectrum, but for lack of a better word, let's use that. Where you can smile easily, where you can just be silly when other people are so serious. And how many people are very serious right now and very severe, and a lot of foreheads are frowning and like mean looks on their faces, and they are all like really looking very harsh and solidified. It's almost like, oh gosh, can these guys even still walk? Gosh, I'm surprised. How do they do that? That type of lack of joy, right? Joy is a relaxing energy. It's like where you can just right now, you can breathe. It's easy to smile. So find where it is very easy for you to access that. Identify it for you. Bookmark it. Make a note, if you will. Make a note in your journal or wherever, or post it on your mirror as a reminder. Go to the lake, or go to the horses, or go on a walk with the dogs, or go to the tree, like wherever it is. Like make a note for yourself, and the moment that you go to contraction and shrinking and whatever sadness or concern, fear, doubt, blame, shame, guilt, and there are so many other distractions. There is a great book written by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here, and it's Living Beyond Distraction. I highly recommend reading that book. I will put a little note on in the video on YouTube so that you can find it. It's a great book. And so make a note for yourself, easily to find, or put it in your wallet or wherever, so that you can just reach and just take a look at it. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's just go. And the other day I was in a store, actually yesterday, I was in a store in a gallery that is representing my art, and she had so beautiful, she's also a glass blower, and she has a lot of glass art and other beautiful art in her gallery. And so there was this glass that had this like a really deep blue, cobalt, do I say this right? Cobalt blue, deep saturated color, and it was so beautiful. And it, for me, that is inspiring. It is color. It's like seeing something shimmering and sparkling. This is why I love winter. There's a lot of sparkles around. What can you create to look forward to winter? Because so many people have points of view about it, right? To repeat, it's like ask, is this mine? Yes or no? Is it somebody else's? That is step one. It might just go away. Then, for good exercise anyway, expand out. I highly recommend you do this all the time, as much as possible. Expand out. And it might already change right now. How far would you have to be expanded out to not be affected by other people's choices, points of view, distractions, and contraction? By the way, what's the value for you to choose to be as contracted as everybody else? What if you don't? You would actually create the space for a different future. But never mind. Okay, so that's that one. And then go to your, to go place where it is very easy for you to access that joy and nurture it. Really practice it. It's like a muscle that we need to train, because we all learned the opposite. We all learned that we must run with the horses and freak out and panic, or be joyful with them and be as crazy as them. And then if we are not like them and it's just not working for us, we must make ourselves wrong. We are wrong, we don't belong, and so forth, whatever that story is, where we go to conclusion that we are wrong, because that's the preferred place to go to, right? And can we change this now? And the little chickadee is back. Can we change this now? Cool. Keep moving, move your bodies right now. Really, really, really go to motion. Whenever you go to contraction, shrinking, or oh my God, and whatever, we have this election tomorrow and whatever this is going to bring up, go into motion, walk, swing your body, and be kind to you, nurture yourself, your being, and your body. And I see you soon. I see you for sure next Monday morning, and hopefully in some of my classes or events. I'm going to paint live very soon here at a beautiful place It will be even streamed live, I think. Who knows? I think it's Saturday. I will find out where I have to be on Saturday and I will let you know. Okay, I'm so grateful for you all to be here and I see you soon. Bye.